What does it mean to be spoiled? That's not what I meant, and you know it. Living a normal life is a big theme in Undead Unluck. Several characters are motivated by their inability to live normally once afflicted with the powers of negation. The Unchanged arc was centered around the need for change in life, but the next arc, Spoil, is centered around the direction of that change. When Fuuko and Andy arrive at the Union as their latest members, Fuuko asks if they could just stop what they are doing. But then Juiz, the current leader, revealed exactly why negators do what they do. To fight against the change in the world, the addition of rules that would bring calamity to humanity. But Juiz does give Fuuko a lifeline. If she really wants to change things, all she needs to do is achieve the most results and take the position of leader for herself. And so, Andy ropes her and Shen into going into the most difficult quest available, neutralizing Spoil. Spoil is an Uma that embodies decay and the eventual rotting of all things. As he says himself, before him, humans didn't truly value the lives they had because things simply continued to exist, stagnant. With the threat of spoilage, people actually began to value themselves and the things around them. Spoil manifests quite a few abilities for himself, but the main one is the ability he has from the get-go. Anyone within his range spoils, turning into a zombie. If you step within his range, a timer is placed on you, counting down to your eventual zombification. And yet, it's quite notable that Spoil doesn't control the zombies he creates. He is an enemy to them. I suppose that's not that surprising considering he's the reason they're like that, but ultimately, his spoiling, while severely damaging, doesn't truly negate the human spirit. And that spirit is important. As demonstrated by the surviving kids, you can increase your timer's duration significantly by asserting the life you want to live, your goals for the future. And the zombie we get to know the most, the teacher, is the one whose goal in life is what we see explored.
俺こいつと結婚式あげてくるわ。夢だったんだと。したらスポイルの場所を教えてくれるらしい。
And as she stands in the wedding dress before the altar, on the cusp of achieving her dream of getting married, she regains enough of her humanity to even speak English. Dare I say it, the zombies are a metaphor. Early in the arc, Shen asks Fuuko what she thinks spoiling means. And by the end, we get to see the story's answer of that question when it comes to humans. Without a goal, without an ambition to focus on working towards and keep you going, you simply spoil. You don't die, but you wither away. Because while Spoil's existence forces people to value their time more for how limited it is, the body he spoils is simply a vessel for the human heart, for the soul. And as long as that soul can hold on to the future it desires, it has no reason to fear him. You know, besides his disintegration ray and being a giant monster. You see, Spoil's mistake is believing he should not be opposed. He claims humans are in the wrong for trying to fight him and labeling him as evil. And while evil might be going a bit too far, you know, if he didn't act like a complete bastard, the value of his existence is in the fight against him. It is the fight against spoiling in order to cling to life that causes improvement and evolution. Plus, I highly doubt humans are the only species that combats the concept of spoiling. And that's why Spoil can't control his victims like you may expect from other monsters that turn people into zombies. In fact, the characters in the story were kind of expecting that as well. Spoil can only really affect the body. And even after that, once given a goal to achieve, the zombies can still come together to work against him, be it by trying to protect the man fighting him, to destroying themselves to defeat him. While it may be strange that the zombie teacher is so focused on getting married, it's easy to see that with everything else about her rotting away, the only thing her heart could focus on was her core desire. A desire that was in her mind as she turned into a zombie, though too late to reset the timer on her. Once that desire is fulfilled, or at least close to being fulfilled, her mind could finally extend past that to what needed to be done to save everyone around her. Defeating Spoil. Focusing on getting married over everything else is a strange, even selfish twisting of her desire for sure, but the fact she could keep enough of herself intact to even focus on that without external direction like the rest of the town is a testament to the strength of her soul. Fuuko herself has to state what her desire is in order to not spoil. had dreamed to be able to live a normal life as a normal girl. It's not enough to simply accept change as was done in the last arc. If you want to get anywhere, that change needs to be channeled into something. Otherwise, the only change you'll find happening is you rotting away. What I want to say next will include manga spoilers up to chapter 105, so skip to this point to avoid them. In the manga, we learn a lot more about the soul, and his current power set is actually heavily amplified by his knowledge and control of his own soul. And when he first learns to manifest an astral projection from Lucy, the unhealthy negator, she tells him he has to focus on his dreams and aspirations. And once he concentrates on his desire to grow old, his soul becomes strong enough to operate independently from his body. Because in the world of Undead Unluck, your true power lies in your soul. The ability to manipulate that soul is why Victor can do so many novel things with Undead. Speaking of, welcome back anime onlys. We were just about to talk about Victor. After Andy lets his mean roommate out to defeat Spoil, Victor becomes everyone's new problem, because he does not accept Andy's refusal to give up on dying. And knowing that Fuuko is the key to that desire, he plans to kill her. Victor, essentially, represents giving up on your goal, as he gave up a long time ago. And while the Union is forced to battle the overpowered undead man, Fuuko comes up with a plan to retrieve Andy, insisting that he has to come back so they can fulfill their goals together, risking her life to pull him back, her voice being the only thing that can reach him in the depths of Victor's mind. Between Fuuko's determination, Andy's desire, and the connection it forms between them, they're able to inflict Victor with a stroke of unluck, defeating him and bringing the warrior down. And to round out the arc, we get a look at the penalty, galaxy, and the sheer scale of danger the world is in, reflecting the warning Juice gave Fuuko earlier. If you want more information on that, check out this video I made a while back. But the important thing is that we get more information on Union's ultimate goal and desire to defeat the being that controls the rules. This arc serves to further emphasize the ambitions of our protagonists and how they must direct themselves in order to achieve their goals. It exemplifies the power of the human spirit. It shows how people can connect, giving each other the hope needed to keep moving forward. Once all is said and done, the town of Longing is no more, with only 4 children as survivors. And while moving on won't be easy for them, Andy believes that the positive feelings and emotions of the teacher who saved them will remain with them and give them motivation, unspoiled.
将来の夢を考えなさい。夢があれば腐ったりなんかしないから。じゃあね。先生。
Tell me your thoughts on Spoil down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and check out my other Undead Unluck videos in the playlist. Thank you, and good day.